So, this news that just came out is like, wow, it took this long to do this? Like, yeah, this is something you'd expect right after the second movie, and that is a prequel series to It. Now, this is something, like I said, something I was expecting from the get-go. Like, you'd think, like, because there was a lot of talk of, like, maybe we'll get It Part 3, which I'm like, I don't want that. Because the story was pretty shut after the last movie. So the only way they could do it is with a prequel, either by movie or TV series. So yes, HBO Max is apparently making a It prequel series. Now, this will be set as like the origins of Pennywise, or the creature that is Pennywise, and will focus more on the dawn of Wyatt's 27-year cycle for the creature, as well as all these other things. So, what do I think about this? I like it. Again, it's something I was kind of expecting for the longest time. It was really something I was expecting for this character, because yeah, did you really think after the Skarsgård Pennywise that they were just going to be like, nah, that's enough. We don't, we have one cash clown and he fights a Batman. Like, that's fine. Did you think they were not going to like be like, oh, Pennywise made a lot of money. I want more money. Yay. So yeah, what is it with Warner Brothers and clowns, right? Like, what is it with Warner Brothers and clowns? So yeah. Now the big thing is with this is that I'm actually kind of interested. This is like a cool thing to do, because this is going to be a period piece. Now the question is of how much are we going to see of, and I would imagine they try to get Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise again, but the thing is like he was not Pennywise until later in its creation. Like, yeah, that's how it's always been kind of alluded to in the book and in the movie, that he didn't take on the clown. It didn't take on the clown form until like later on, like 19 something, like 1901, like 1920, 19's era kind of clown. But the thing is like, if you're doing the origin of the creature, you gotta go all the way back to the start of the 27 of like why it does this, and we know that it came from the stars and it preyed on the indigenous tribes. But the show is being called Welcome to Derry, so I imagine it's probably going to be like the original town. I'm kind of like, I kind of want to see from the get-go. I would not be opposed, and I kind of want a all-indigenous tribe cast, because it did say, like, the first people who encountered and tried to combat it was the indigenous people who lived in Derry, Maine. And I think it'd be a really cool idea to really play with that. But I imagine they're probably, because again, Skarsgård's Pennywise makes money, so I would imagine they'd maybe like allude to it. But how I think it might go, now that I think about it, like, I think one way it might go in this universe is that how I think this might go in this universe is that they'll probably set it in like the 20s or the 30s, or maybe like some other 1900s era in time, and then it'll like do kind of like what they're doing with Chucky, is like they'll focus on this period as the main story, and then jump back to the origins to kind of like connect the dots. Like, that's how I think they're going to do it, is and probably the smart way to do it. Even though, yeah, I kind of would like something in the vein of like Pennywise, but it's like The Witch, or like something like a Robert Eggers story. But I'll settle for this. I will actually settle for this. And I think another thing that's kind of important that they need to do here with this character is bring back the Muschietti siblings. I think they were kind of like the secret sauce to play into this. And I know they're working on the Howling remake, which I don't know what's happened there. Like, I know the last time, like, there was an announcement for a remake of the Howling. It was going to have David Muschietti. I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I apologize if that's not the case. But yeah, he was going to be taking over with his sister producing like they did with It. And that is I believe, yeah, the Howling is a Warner Brothers project. So I do think that they are kind of tied up with that, but I don't know what happened there. So I don't know if the project got canceled. That was announced before the pandemic. Keep that in mind. That was like brought up before the pandemic. So that's something you have to take into account with all of this. I think like it would be kind of cool to maybe do, like, actually let me throw this idea out to all of you guys and see what you think. Like, what if you did each season in a different era of time? Like, what if you had the first season, it's the, like, the colonial era. It's like, yeah, it's the colonial era, and you focus on, like, a group of, like the town that would become Derry and the indigenous people being attacked by it. And then you get to the next, you skip ahead like another 20, you do a 27-year time skip, or maybe like do another time skip to a little further time, like maybe like you skip forward to like the 1900s or something of that nature. That'd be kind of cool. It's like you do that each season depending on how long you want to make this. And I wouldn't say, like, you know, horror prequels don't make good TV shows. I think Bates Motel would like to have a word with you. Just saying. And again, like, I think this would be the best way to go. And again, streaming is kind of like all part of our lives now. So doing a streaming service is like it's like Thanos. It's inevitable. But yeah, I'm just sitting here like, honestly, if you ask me, like, what Stephen King thing I'm waiting for to be done, I'm kind of sitting here waiting for Salem's Lot. I'm really just sitting here waiting for Salem's Lot. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I'm just waiting for Salem's Lot. I know that's coming. I think this year. I think like late summer it's supposed to come out, or fall. But I have heard rumors that it might get pushed back to next year. So Salem, like, yeah, think on that real quick. We're gonna have like 3 vampire movies that we know of so far. That we're gonna have The Last Voyage of the Demeter. We're gonna have Renfield, and we're gonna have Salem's Lot if it gets pushed to 2023. But yeah, right now. But yeah, as for other projects, I think would be kind of fun to get another crack at would be Christine. Just saying. David Gordon Green, you did so well with Halloween. Go on another John Carpenter project and get us a new Christine. Like, do a remake of Christine. I know you're doing new trilogy for The Exorcist, but like Christine though. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this It prequel series? Are you guys excited, or are you guys not? How would you do this, and would you bring back Bill Skarsgård as Pennywise, or would you rather have him go full spider? Because we didn't get that in the second film. We didn't get giant alien spider. We kind of got it, but with like a centaur clown thing, which I imagine some people shit their pants at, but that's neither here nor there. But yeah, so anyway, you guys tell me in the comments below, just let me know, and as always, if you haven't already, hit the link below, head on over to my Patreon for exclusive videos, and if you hit the 4th tier, you can send me requests to do here on YouTube. But other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.